this all my life. I feel it in my veins, feel it in my blood. You know I can't stop till I'm good and done. I'm gonna push it harder, gonna climb up higher. It's like I just can't miss. I was made for this. I show the world I'm stronger, prove it to 'em I'm a fighter. I can't help but win. I was made for this. Yeah, I was made for this. I was made for this. Good morning. It is Thursday, September the 7th. Good morning, Dad Hawk. Happy birthday, buddy. Love you. It is Thursday, September the 7th. It's 6:30. Got 3 hours sleep last night. Kevin's sleeping in this morning. I got up and came back hunting, so same place we were yesterday morning. I haven't done any good thing here down low. I haven't heard anything, so I'm pushing up early, going right back up to where Kevin killed his cow, where we packed meat out all night last night. And I've been calling in several elk there, so we'll see. You know, it's kind of janked up after us traipsing through there last night, but call bull in from somewhere else. We'll see. Anyhow, good morning. Come on and go with me.
got behind me and got my wind. The bull, he was 30 yards from me, but had no shot. I can see he might be coming back. It's 7:12. I just called in a bull and 2 cows. I got up here and set up, and I cow called one time, and I started hearing cows call to my right, straight behind the camera. So I kept cow calling. I bugled a couple times, and then I heard a bugle, like a faint bugle. I thought I did, or a chuckle or something. So I chuckled a couple of times, and then I bugled, and I bugled and did some grunts on the end, like that. And I seen a cow coming. I turned my other camera on. I got this camera in my hand, but then I thought, no, you better get your bow. Well, I had my bow. But I mean, you better get it ready to shoot. So, anyway, the 2 cows came behind me, a cow and a calf. And I I saw the bull coming. And at first I thought he was a spike or something. I didn't think he was legal. And then I saw his horns and he was a legal bull. There they go. They just running up the hill. Those elk, this morning they came from right up in there. And then they came down through here. And then they turned and they came around and they came right through here. 15 yards right through this opening. And then went on behind me. And the bull, he was coming. He hung up back here for a long time. Almost looked like he was going to break a tree. And then he came around and he came through the trees and he was coming like straight at me. And then he turned to follow the cows. And he was there 30 yards right behind the screen right here. I couldn't really see him. He couldn't see me. And the wind's right in my face, blowing straight into the camera. But once they got behind me, they smelled me. I saw two cows just run up the mountain. That might have been the two that came by me earlier. They came by me like 15 yards. Close. I think I'm hearing cows below me. I think it's a different set of cows. So I just got done cow calling and bugling. I'm hearing something funny. It doesn't sound like a bugle, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what I'm hearing, but I'm going to cut this camera off and be ready. I don't know what time it is. I have been calling nonstop for 10 or 15 minutes. Cow calling and bugling and cow calling, using 2 different cow calls and sounding like 3 different cows. Bull answered me up above me. I think it's the one that spooked. Sounded like the same bugle that I heard before he came in. A cow just started answering me about a minute ago. She sounds like she's behind the camera. I haven't seen her yet. But I'm just saying, I'm like out of breath, calling like crazy. Bugling, cow calling. It's awesome. I haven't had a chance to sit down. I just set my bow down so I could pick up the camera. I've been standing with my bow in my hand since I got here. There's got to be a big bull around somewhere. But I was going to shoot that 4-point, no question. And he was a decent 4-point. He wasn't tiny. But there's a lot bigger bulls than that in here. Somewhere. I'm going to sit down. I packed meat till 2:30 last night. I've had 3 hours sleep. I have not had a sip of coffee. But I really didn't come to drink coffee. I came to call elk. And Kevin killed his cow right here yesterday. Same spot I killed my cow 2 years ago. And the carcass that we spent half the night working on is not 100 yards from here. And elk are still calling and right here coming in. I didn't know if it would affect them or not. Afraid there might be a bear or coyotes on it or something, but it doesn't appear to be. So anyway, we'll check in with you. Hopefully something big with horns on it shows back up. here with a piece of Kevin's elk. They're all up there. I can see all the birds up there on it. Anyway, they brought that piece of meat and fat all the way down here and landed in the tree, and one of them dropped it and the other one jumped on it. So anyway, that's just everything likes elk. That thing is about wore out. I'm going to have to replace it. I've been using it for 7 days, 6 days. We've been here 7 days, 6 days on. And it's finally starting to, it's stretched out enough now. It's starting to lose its whistle when I really push on it for the real high-pitched whistle. So I'm on my back up right now. I have a brand new one in my back. I'm just too lazy to get it out. So, this is a real high-pitched call. It's a higher pitch. I get a higher pitch bugle out of it, like if I want to sound like a younger bull, or if I'm really just trying to do a long location whistle, real high pitched. This is usually my second go-to call, and this one I've been using it since the yellow one started dropping off on me this morning, and this does a really good grunt, and it's really good for the chuckles and grunts, but I don't like it as well for a bugle as this one, pink one. So pink is my number 2 call, yellow's number 1, pink's number 2, red's number 3, black's number 4. I can use them all, no problem, they all sound good, but yeah, so this one has a good whistle, and it does a pretty good chuckle, makes a pretty good cow call. Start the bugle and then growl at the end and do some grunts. None of them are as good as this one though. This is the mom. This is the Mac Daddy. I've called in 3 bulls this week with this call. Killed none. There's the aftermath from last night. Picked her pretty clean. We didn't get the bees. Already some meat hornets swarming around down there. No bear found it. Bear hadn't found it yet. The birds and the flies and the bees have. The bird, he's not even leaving. He's like, I'm staying right here. You'll not scare me away. Cool. Alright, buddy, it's all yours. There's a meat pole we put together yesterday. Praise the Lord, we needed it. There's all the meat we packed out last night. There's them sleeping bag game bags Kevin's got, packing out elephant quarters. I think I've never seen nothing like that. We went to put meat in them last night. I was like, holy cow, thing's as big as a sleeping bag. Thing's big as me. Anyway. Yeah, so 46 degrees last night. Wind's breezy and cool today, so wind's nice and breezy and cool today. Meat's nice and cold, and we're gonna go down and get some ice, and then come back. So anyway, we'll go out and hunt again this evening, Lord willing. Anyway, the Lord's been good to us. We'll be eating that stuff that's in that second bag from this side. This side, that second bag right there. That's tenderloin. You can be eating some of that cooked over a fire, 100%. Good afternoon. It is Thursday, September the 7th. Dad Elk's birthday. Happy birthday, bro. It's almost 5 o'clock now. I've set this ground blind up here. I feel like I'm turkey hunting. Set this ground blind up Sunday, middle of the day Sunday. So it's been up for 4 days. The ropes broke on it. Stakes pulled out of the ground from the cattle, I guess. And anyway, but so we're going to sit in it this evening and see if anything comes down to this water hole right here. I put a decoy out back there behind the blind on the hill. It's going to be visible from the other side. It's so windy, I don't know if it's going to stay. I actually got a rope I actually got attached to it, or a clip. So get this pond of water here. Ground blind. National Forest is right there. Elk a lot of times come out up on top of that mountain, work their way down through here, come out. There's a little pond up there that sometimes they'll stop at, or they'll stop there first and then they'll come down to this one, or sometimes they'll come down across the fence right there, jump over and come to this water, if they come at all. But the other thing is, there's a lot of mule deer tracks. Mule deer usually come down off this hill over here, come down and water up there. Sometimes they come down out of here and water here. Sometimes they come down off behind me and water here. But I do have a mule deer tag. I saw a big 3x2, big framed, freaky looking thing yesterday, and he was up beyond there, so probably won't see him. But anyway, I'd shoot him if I had an opportunity. So I think I got more of a chance of a mule deer hunt this afternoon than an elk hunt, especially for a bull. But you never know. Ruts should be coming. These elk gotta have water. I don't know how the wind's gonna be in a ground blind with elk. I don't know how they're gonna respond to a ground blind. No experience with this at all. Feels really weird. Almost don't want to do it, but you don't know till you try. So we're gonna give it a try this afternoon. Kevin is sitting in my other ground blind on my other water hole at the south end of the property, and just gonna see if anything coming in there. So I got trail camera set up there, but it's not taking pictures for some reason, so he's going to reset the camera for me while he's there. So that's the plan for this evening. Check in with you later. Burning up in the ground blind. I'd be like hunting turkeys in Florida. Good afternoon. It's 5:30. I got in my blind. I was mentioning this morning that my yellow call, the reed's starting to get pretty worn out. So 6 straight days of calling. So I got a brand new one. I always keep one extra one in my bag. So I got it out this afternoon. Thought I'd get it out and get it ready. So it's 5:20 in the afternoon. I normally wouldn't be bugling in the middle of a wide open field at 5:20 in the afternoon, but just to try to call out. So I did a couple cow calls. They sounded alright, and I did a bugle with it. It sounded good, and I thought, okay, we're good. And I put the call. I slid it up in my bugle tube. I sat down. I'm pretty sure a bull answered me from behind me up on the mountain. It sounded like he was chuckling or something. It was definitely a bull. So I've been looking back there and I don't see anything. And so I called again. First I did a growl and a chuckle. And I waited a little bit, and then I did like a kind of little bit of a nasty bugle, a growl on the front. Couple of notes stepped up, then a growl on the end, and then some grunting on the end. So I didn't hear anything. So I don't know if there's a chance that something might come at this early in the afternoon. But the only good thing I got going for me is by putting that decoy up there on that bank. You know, this big open bottom. Any elk on either side, they're gonna come out. They're gonna look down, and they're gonna expect to see an elk. At least I have one. Something. So it's not a bull, but it's a cow. So I'm hoping that if a bull sees the cow, he'll know, okay, there's elk down there. Maybe he'll come, even though he's looking for a bull to fight. I don't know. You never know what's going to happen. That happened to me in Unit 73 years ago. It was like 5:30. I was going to check a spot. I was going to check a wallow and see if the wallow had been hit. And if it hadn't been hit, I was going to hike another 3/4 of a mile to get to a place where I caught in a small elk bull that wasn't legal, but there was a lot of elk sign in there, and signs of bigger bulls. Anyway, so I got to this wall, and it hadn't been hit, and I thought, all right, I need to leave. And I thought, well, you ought to call. And it's like 5:20 in the afternoon. Like, you ought to call. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. So I cow called, and a bull ripped a bugle right below me about my pants. Actually, I should have killed that bull if the wind would have frickin'. Anyway, don't get me going. Anyhow, you just never know. So sometimes I'll just pipe off just early. And at some point, the rut's going to kick in here, and things are going to get crazy. Maybe we won't see it, or maybe we won't be a part of it, or whatever, but hopefully we will. This area here, I call it the dance floor. This big open meadow with these ponds in the bottom. Elk congregate down off the mountains down in here at night. And this is where the action takes place. When it gets right, it gets crazy. Crazy good. Anyway, that's the update for now. There's something wrong about this, but I'm hunting elk in a ground blind, watching NFL football. What? It's the first game of the 2023-2024 NFL season. Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, that's crazy. This don't look like all them backcountry brochures I got. I've done plenty of that. Yeah, anyway, I'll take an easy one when we can get it. I had 15,000 steps yesterday, and I'm at 12,900. I'm like at 13,000 today. I'm going 30,000 steps for 2 days. Knees are a little sore, back's a little sore, but it's all good.